Let's begin section 1.2 with learning objective A, calculating mean, median, and mode given a data set. So in terms of vocab, you're going to want to recognize when I say measures of center, what I mean. And there are two measures of center. One is the mean, the other is the median. These two computations give you an idea of where the center of your data is. So let's start with the elementary definition of mean. The elementary definition you might use is average, where you add up all the pieces of data and you divide by how many there are. The median, you might say the middle number. And the mode is considered the most frequent number. So if we look at this data set at the right, we have here the Wacky Widget Company, 15 employees. They have the jobs and the annual salaries for each job are given. And then a newspaper reporter came in and actually made a comment. He said the average Wacky Widget worker earns $78,000 a year. So for part A, they want us to say which statistic was it being reported? Was it the mean or the median? So we can actually find that data set. If we find the mean, what we would do is we're going to add all of these numbers up, and then we're going to divide by how many there are. And when you add these up, we're going to have $1,170,000 in total. So then I'm going to take that divided by the 15 employees that there are, and then that's going to give us a $78,000. So the mean in this case is $78,000. Well, let's see if they were talking about the median also. Remember, to find the median, what you do is you're going to put the numbers in increasing order and then find the number in the middle. So let's start by putting all the data in increasing order. We have two 24s, followed by looks like a 27, a 30, actually three 30s. Continuing on, looks like we have a 35 is next. Then we have four 65s. Do include all of them. And then we have two 90s, a 150, and a 380. So if we do the median on this one, what we're going to do is just cross off on the same side, so one on each side, and keep doing that until we get to the middle. If you keep crossing off, we're going to end up getting 65. So the median in this case is $65,000. So part B asks, why might most employees be upset by this article? Well, the problem is it's overstating what the true middle salary is in this case. The CEO here, who makes $380,000, is really pulling this mean value up higher than what the middle employee actually makes. Now I want to walk through how you can actually use your calculator to find the mean. So get your calculator out, and here's what you do. We're going to be using this stat button right here primarily. So you start by hitting the stat button. When you do, you're going to get this screen here. We want to make a list of data, so we want to stay in the edit part, and here do edit, and then just hit enter. And your enter button's down here. When you hit that, you're going to get a list. Now, if this list has data in it, what you want to do is actually move your cursor all the way up to L1 so it's highlighted. Just use your up button. And then you would just hit clear and enter, and it will clear out this list. Then just use your cursor, move back down to this first data point, and just start by typing in your data. It does not have to be in numerical order, so just do 380, enter. Then you do 35 and enter, 150 and enter, until you have the entire list in here. After you're done with that, you're going to go back and you're going to hit your stat button again. But this time, instead of being in edit, you're going to want to go over to the calc part. So you're going to take your arrow and arrow to the right to calc. We're going to choose this very first option. It says one var stats, and it means one variable statistics. So click on one variable statistics and hit enter. After that, you're going to get this screen. You're going to have to make sure that the list is the appropriate list. So if you look back at what you typed in, I was in list number 1. And you can be in any list, it doesn't matter as long as you remember. To change this list, you're going to find them, they're right above their corresponding numbers. So if you look at number 1, number 2, and number 3, above it in my blue here is L1, L2, L3. So to get that, to get to the second level or the blue, you hit the blue button or the second button in the number 1. So if I'm at the list, I'm going to hit second 1 or list 1 and it'll put that there. The frequency list, just leave blank and then go ahead down here on calculate and then you're going to hit enter. When you do that, you'll get this output screen and this is where we're going to get the data that we want. This right here is called X bar, and X bar is actually the sample mean. So that is the piece of data that we wanted. Another interesting piece of data here is right there. It says n equals 15. That actually tells me how many pieces of data I entered into the calculator.